What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be going over the rest of 2.5's basically BT-20 stuff you're going to want to be picking up cards for to build your decks. Guys, if you are, use my affiliate link down below for TCG Player. If you guys are a TCG Player fanatic, it definitely helps support the channel, no extra cost. And without further ado, let's get in the video and talk about it. So first off, let's talk about it. I forgot to mention Mother D Reaper. Mother D Reaper got some new support in the set in form of the new Jerry ADR. So with Jerry, it adds into the deck's layer and being able to be competitively played. So this is a option for you guys to be playing Mother D Reaper. This should have been BT-19 and I forgot about it. But you know what? Mother D Reaper cards you want to pick up are anything that are D Reaper traded. And then Jerry the Fake, because Jerry the Fake kind of just helps you out as well. But X Antibody option as well, because it speeds up Reaper's playability. And then the Tie and the Shoto are great options, depending if you go the field spell route or not. Now, taking a look though, we do have Jessamon. If Jessamon is one of the decks you really want to be playing, definitely pick up, you're going to have to pick up Jessamon GX. We already know this, at least a one or two of, because the ace is really solid, but this is just still pretty solid as well in generalization. Anything Sistermon that are good, known to be being played, you want to make sure you have your copies, right? Just because it combos off right. Anything Jessamon X Antibody or Jessamon related kind of does help up a little bit, but you might want to pick up the Savior Hux from BT6 at a full playset, because I think this one will be seeing more competitive play, and there's going to be a spew of options that you guys can snag and grab for this. So just taking a look at the list, anything with Huckmon, Baja Huckmon, or Savior Huckmon in name might be a benefit for you to snag up. The Jessamons are kind of in the air, and same with the Genkumons. It really semi matters, but a lot of the Sistermons and then anything that is Savior and lower, you might want to just pick up just so you can switch up the list how you feel like it, just so you're covered. And then the top end can be picked up a little bit, but if you're planning on playing Jessamon this format, you have a lot of options. Now we do have the Imperial Dramon list. Definitely Red Imperial Dramon definitely is coming in strong, and they are playing a lot of red purple shenanigans. Minomon is a great option to make sure you have, and then like Warmon from BT16 is going up, and I know this. And then we do have the promo Shadramon that is kind of mandatory, which kind of will gatekeep a lot of players out of the deck for now. Sadly, a lot of players will avoid it just because Shadramon is definitely a big gatekeeper for them. And then Dino Beamon is another card that is basically, these two are super mandatory if you're going to be planning to play the deck. Like Ruin Mode is semi-mandatory, but you also make sure you have your Dragon Modes because they're disappearing off the market, but it is at least a 3 to 4 of in list. You know, Matt Ishida here from the starter deck is going to be relatively cheap. Analog Youth is just mandatory in this deck because you want to mill out all the pieces as soon as possible and be able to combo off with your Dino Bees and Pyldramons and just shenanigans for game, right? So there's a lot of moving cognate pieces here, which, don't get me wrong, it's never bad, right? So they are playing Demonic Disaster because I think it definitely combos really nicely with this card. And, you know, getting a free attacks are going to be really solid. You know, Calling from Darkness is another great piece because you can combo and get your pieces back. It all adds up, right? Now, taking a look here, we are getting into the more Alphamon related shenanigans. So if you guys are planning on playing Alphamon, there's kind of two ways you kind of can go about this. It's either go pick up the Ryuda and the UG plus Laplace Demon, and you're kind of just set in stone for it, right? And then you basically maybe pick up the Doru and then the Dorimon here, and that basically goes for the adventure package, right? If not, then anything else that has been, you know, related to Alphamon, you definitely want to pick up. And some players are teching in the SOC package, which is not bad in my opinion. You could definitely take advantage of the SOC package because let's be honest, let's go to, I think it was 16, right? 16 had the Kosuke in it. If I remember correctly, yeah, it had the Doru in it. Doru plus Kosuke. Just having that small package can lead to being some great value. And again, it's all up to player preference. You know, the X antibody and the protoform are two separate entities. I think X antibody definitely does better for when you're trying to OTK and just set yourself up. So all great value there. Now we do have the Metal Seadramon. So Metal Seadramon, Giga Seadramon here. Definitely you want to make sure you have your Crabmons. You want to have Bukamon because the advantage that these cards give is good. Then you have Sangumon. You know, this is a great card because it's going to be able to search your sea animals and Aqua Traded, which is basically your full deck. You know, you have Yao Quinlan. That's just basically going to help you search for your pieces as well. Well, help you out with your pieces anyway. You know, at the end of the day, it definitely is great value, right? And then it's a hit or miss on the Seadramon promo. We're not all out on if it's mandatory or not, but it is an option. Aegistramon is just really solid card because if you have Seadramon, you know, if you can DNA naturally, you're going to just do it that way. And it's a very big possibility that it can happen. You know, Metal Seadramon Ace is definitely a good 3 to 4 ofs. You know, Mega Seadramon is a rare, but then you also have this Seadramon as well. And then X antibody when attacking seems to be the better call because why not? Because this thing's when a digivolving effect is a lot better for when attacking skills. Wolf Claw is another option, which is just Kaiser Nail. Definitely feel like that can be some great values. You have full meteor impact and then Cool Boy. Now let's take a look here. We do have for the Chaosdramon deck because Chaosdramon Volder Arm exists this time around, and it's pretty solid actually. Comboing in, you're just going to probably want to get Ultimate Chaosmon and Chaos and TKs and, you know, Ukumons. Nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. Then the deck is kind of really self-contained within the set. Now we do have the none other than the new Takamazuchi. So if you are planning on playing the Takamazuchi deck, from here, there's two kind of routes you can do, which you're just going to pick up all the Pulsemon shenanigans you can and just go from there, right? You'll just do the Pulsemon lines, the Bulk, the Bolbatas, and the Kazuchis, all the whole 9 yards of greatness, right? With the Leons and the Hacker Judge and Shadramons and Kazuchis. That is one option line that you can do with the the Takamazuchi Ace. But the other option is you just play the Ace literally in the old Takamazuchi deck and just call it a day, right? You just basically pick up all the purple shenanigans and you're good to go. Now, we do have Invisimon. Basically, the main set has some decent stuff, but you want to be picking up some cyborg or machine-related shenanigans. So this card is pretty decent on that, just because it combos nicely with its Searcher. So stuff like that does matter, and Marvin Jackson likes, you know, cyborgs and machines. So with cyborgs as an option, it's just good to have, right? And Heavy Leo is seeing tech plays in it because, again, 4-2 is really solid. I mean, you have great options in this deck to kind of just go with, right? Now, we do have Heavy Metal Dramon Ace. So anything from the set that was related to EX07, make sure you pick up your copies because that's really how you're going to be playing the deck anyway. Mostly everything else is in the new set to just completely be able to fundamentally make this deck work. Now, Ghosty boys. So Ghosties, you know, you have Necromon and people are really excited to build this deck. So just make sure you pick up anything that is a ghost traded. So the Bakamons and the Soulmons, you know, Ghostymon. But some are playing the Sukaimon with the on deletion and the Gazi, the same thing, because you are going to be self-deleting. So it just doesn't hurt to gain some added value back. And Analog Youth, just really solid tech as well. Outside of that, nothing too crazy that I would scream for the hills here. Now, we do have, if you are planning on playing Death X, you know, just anything that was Dexteruga, Daruga, the purple base I think will be the better option for Death X, just because you do trash a lot more than the black base, and you just take advantage of that a little bit more consistently. So, all good things at the end of the day, right? So, yeah. Now, if you are planning on playing the none other than the pristine Royal Knights deck, just make sure you get your copies of anything that is Royal Knights related that is in the sets. You know, Lord Knightmon's pretty solid there. Examon can still pop in and out. Leopardmon and All Force and Justmon. These are kind of just the 4 that kind of just went to the wayside. And this Lord Knightmon as well. So make it 5. But the rest are kind of just really solid mandatory techs for right now until there's some more evolutions to come. But all in all, really solid choices. Now, we do have none other than with Zephygamon Ace. Just anything that has been liberated green in the name, you're just going to want. The Shotos, the Gales, the Terramons, the Fluffymons, Grand Gales, you know, Zephygas are all just great techs. And Medieval Gallantmon is just really solid across the board. It's super splashable on almost in a lot of decks. So stuff like this does come up from time to time, and just having a good understanding is vital. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.